Okay, so I know I'm actually very late on this response, and I actually waited because I wanted to comment, after the initial like fallout, because I saw the video and I didn't know what to expect. I didn't expect it to be that negative, uh, but I knew that because my family is into K-pop and stuff, I knew that the reaction from the K-pop community would be pretty big. So I waited until I felt like it was a little safe to make a response to it without it falling into the mix of responses. I don't know if that makes sense, but okay. So yeah, kids react to K-pop. This produced probably the most polarizing. Well, actually, yeah, I would say polarizing response from like to any kids react video. I mean, if you look on the dislikes, it's the most that any kids react video has ever gotten, and I doubt it's gonna slow down. I mean, like I haven't seen this much dislikes to a popular web series since well, I think Epic Rap Battles. But anyways, before I begin, I'm not I actually don't have a side. I'm actually split in the middle, but I'm gonna try to talk about both sides. So first off, I'm gonna say there's the defense going on where you can't really um you can't really criticize them. They're kids, okay? So I'm gonna say yes, that is true. I mean, they're kids. Their opinions change over time, but that doesn't mean they're free from criticism, okay? Like, I know it makes me sound like a bad guy, but everyone criticizes, like everyone in the internet community, they have the right to criticize whatever. Like, people will criticize things that are like considered like way taboo, okay? So this is nothing, all right? But I'll try to remain as tasteful as possible, okay? They're still kids. Um, okay, first off, I'll start with the positives, because people rarely talk about the positives. Positives in this video, at least they're being truthful, okay? Like, a lot of people hated them, but at least, they're telling the truth. And honestly, the video was not actually, like, it was about, like, 50-50 negative and positive. Like, at least half of them said they would want to listen to them. Heck, I think they made if there was a comment by the Fine Brothers where it said they actually became fans of 21, and also Morgan looked like she was really into it, the little girl, and other things. They were truthful in their responses. Some of them were funny. Um, some of them gave some good insight onto the K-pop industry, and um, yeah, actually, I don't really have that much to say about the positives of this video. I mean, like, all I can say is, you might hate them for it, but I can't truly hate them because, they're actually they're being truthful. It's their opinion. They're not presenting it as, well, some of them aren't presenting it as facts. Like, they are giving their opinion, but some of them, I'll, I'll go to in a few minutes. Okay. That's, well, the positives I can say about this video. Now the negative. Uh, crap. I found myself hating this video more than liking it, which is weird because I'm not a huge K-pop fan. In fact, I criticize it too because my whole family's into it, so I've gotten actually kind of sick of it. Like, I don't hate K-pop. I listen to some, but I I don't like the fact that it's like this like, how to describe it, this gem that you can't like criticize. Like, even the slightest attack will lead to like flame wars. It's kind of ridiculous. That's why I've noticed there's a lot of detractors to K-pop. Uh, but anyways, the things that I didn't agree with this video is the there were some responses in there that seemed kind of like they were kind of ignorant. Like, I know they're kids and they're still young and they're still forming their opinion, but You know, it doesn't help that the video kind of how they were presented the K-pop as a whole. They were kind of given like weird examples. Like there was that picture of Super Junior, I remember, where they actually did look really bad. Okay, like don't get me wrong. Uh, uh, Ask a girl, don't ask me. But many girls will probably say that they're attractive or stuff. But even I have to admit the picture that they chose for the group was pretty bad looking. So, you know, it gives them the wrong idea of a group. And they also chose like weird the like cheesy videos by the groups. There are better videos of them. Like when they chose 21's what was it called? Uh forget the name of that song. I know the song. I've listened to it, but I don't remember what the name was. But that was a pretty weird video, and also the girls a lot of the comments that they said, they could easily be refuted in other videos. So, well, yeah, they could easily be refuted. It's just the examples they were given that I kind of disagreed with, and also there's just some statements that they said that kind of threw me off guard, like the Asian Rebecca Black. That was actually kind of going a little bit too far, and and trust me, I'm not a huge fan at all. I'm just saying, comparing something to Rebecca Black, that's like that's like going there. Like I didn't expect them to hate it. Was that William who said it? I think it was William. I didn't expect them to hate it that much. I'll get to William in a few seconds. Uh, Other things they said. They also there's this thing that they mentioned about the K-pop industry, about how it's like a puppet thing. That one also kind of threw me off, because like they said they were talking about K-pop as if it was like this like corporation where there's no soul to it, and that if you want to be a musician, you have to be inspired. You gotta write your own songs and stuff. And I do agree with those statements, but it's like it's kind of unfair to think of K-pop as a whole as like one big corporation. That there are artists there that are dedicated to their music, and there are like they do have like these sort of like camps or colleges or whatever dedicated to like producing the next big star. But it's not a thing where it's not like an assembly line. It's you need to they still need to work and work hard to be like recognized, to be like a pop star. It's not a thing where like anyone can be a pop star. It kind of felt like they were talking about it as like as it being soulless. There is soul to it. And it doesn't help that they use Lady Gaga in the argument, and I fear for these kids if they consider like Lady Gaga to be like a standard. Lady Gaga should never be a standard, okay? But what I mean by that is, if you consider Lady Gaga, she's a ripoff of Madonna, okay? And Lady Gaga also takes from like other artists too. Yeah, yeah, other artists do look to Lady Gaga. I'm just saying, like, she's not the person that you would use as like a baseline for like other artists. Like Lady Gaga is like the result of a branch out from an original artist. Like even Madonna, I don't really I think there's someone behind Madonna, but I have to check. I have to go further back, but Lady Gaga should not be a baseline. Okay, that's all I'm saying. And I know a lot of people got a little pissed off at that. And and they were more pissed off over the fact that they were making like American music seem like it was better than Korean music. And to each their own. That's personal preference. Like some of them didn't like the music because it's in Korean. That's fine. I mean, they're kids. They're young. They still need to get used. They're still like they're not used to like other languages. They hear English, and then they hear like a foreign language, and they easily like just like discredit that language. give them time. I mean, yeah, it sounded ignorant. It was ignorant. You you can blame them for being ignorant, but at the same time, they still need, like, they still need time to branch out. Now, the one true like the one true criticism I have for this video, I have it towards William, and it's not because of this video that I hate this kid. Like, I hated this kid ever since, like, the first video, okay? And I know hate's a big word, but I don't like him in the videos. Okay, I don't like him not because he's a jerk, but he reminds me of myself when I was around that age. Like, I was like, I remember I was an asshole. I, I hated mainstream. I tried to be the outsider. I tried to be all tough and stuff. Like, I hated this music. Like, I listened to, like, only rock music. I listened to music that no one listened to. Like, that was me. Okay, that was me when I was young. And every time I watch any of these kids react videos, like, when I see him, he reminds me of a phase that I was not particularly proud of. All right, like, yeah, I do like rock music. I don't like rock music just to be a rebel, but to me, William, it just seems fake. It just seems like he's going through a phase or something. Like, it's like he's trying to be a rebel, but he's he's like he hates mainstream, but he doesn't really give a reason why he hates mainstream, and he just throws in, like, stuff like, I hate my generation, I hate this music. And it's like, it, it doesn't sound natural. That's what I mean. Like, I didn't really mean anything I said when I was a kid. I thought it was just cool. Like, it just seems like what he's saying, it doesn't sound legit. It just comes off as a performance or something. Like, I don't. It maybe some other people interpreted it something else. That's how I saw it. That's why I was pissed off at this, because, like, he's being negative, but it doesn't sound like he means anything he says. So yeah, that's my response to the kids react video. I didn't totally hate it. They said things that I actually agreed with. Um, don't get me wrong. Like, when I say this, like, I actually agreed with the comment that girls' generation all look the same. Not because they're Asian. Like, everyone's going off like, oh, she said they all look the same because they're Asian. No, okay. You can't use that argument for this. Like, I'm Asian, and I can't tell the difference between them. Okay, and that's actually a problem of girls' generation. Like, a lot of people that's one of the main reasons why, even not just me, but some members of my family, they agree with this. That's why they won't be as successful in America as the fans think. You know, I'm probably gonna get a lot of hatred for this, but I can't. You have to tell the difference in a group, different member in a group. Like, even a big group like Slipknot, you can kind of tell the difference because of the mask. But Girls' Generation, like, there are pictures where I can tell the difference, but it's still really hard. Like, and to save face, like, this is the only K-pop group I actually have problems with. Other K-pop groups, I could point out, like, who's who. Like, I don't know their names, but I can, like, give them nicknames. Like, this is short-haired girl or long-haired guy. That's the one criticism that the K-pop fans that I'm gonna have to backtrack. I have to agree with the girl in the video on the Girls' Generation, but yeah, that's my response to Kids React. Actually, I don't have anything else to say. Like, it wasn't a totally bad video, but I think they should have expected this sort of response, because K-pop community is pretty big. So yeah, but feel free to comment on your thoughts on the Kids React video. Yeah, that's all I have to say.